Hello Marvel Heroes fans, this is a Mega Hero Review, June 2015 edition. I'll cover all 47 heroes for you and as well as the landscape of the game moving forward. Now, four months ago, I've published a 44 heroes Mega Review. I enjoy the kind of feedback we have in YouTube as well as in the game. It kind of opened up my mind, my eyes to some of these heroes I may have overlooked. And I also hope that it has helped some of you to pick the hero to unlock. Now, a lot has changed since then, so it is time for an update. Also, because the 2 years anniversary is coming up, there will be a huge patch coming along, so it is the right time to do so. This video is for the new players who are still unlocking heroes. Those players may have left the game for a while, now returning as well. So I hope this information is relevant to you. And for those who enjoy discussing the heroes, from the power to everything else under the sun, I mean, it's a good place to start the discussion here. Now, maybe just to talk a little bit about myself, why am I doing this one? I've been playing this game since closed beta 2 years ago, or more than 2 years ago. I really enjoy this game, and nowadays it's the only game that I play. Just one year ago, I've written an article for Marvel Heroes as a review on the Staff magazine, contacted by the editor-in-chief back in Singapore. So we published one article in the Singapore edition. I've got to also interview Mr. Brevik, and for those who haven't heard Mr. Brevik, he's a legend on his own. He created Diablo 2, and Marvel Heroes is so wonderful. I mean, he's behind it, and now we're looking at 47 heroes. Imagine, a popular ARPG games nearby. They may need like a year or two just to create one new class or so on. And Marvel Heroes is constantly renewing himself. To sort of like give all the heroes a fresh look, a fresh play. So it's not unlike other MMOs. There's a lot of things going in place. And if I were to write an article right now on Marvel Heroes, my stance is still the same. It's a high recommendation to all of you. All right. So that's just a little bit about myself. Now, the future is looking good. Doomsaw just published one of the article called the Second Anniversary Tuning Philosophy Initiative. And a lot of complaint I have in my last 4 months ago, the Mega Pack, is that a lot of heroes were in a bad shape, may still are in a bad shape. And, the game is now closing into the 52 review process. Now they're moving all the heroes into top tier status. So that is really good news. The future is looking fantastic for those of us who are playing this game, because we would like any heroes to be fantastic, not just to pick some hero because they are strong. On top of that, there will be some nerfs here and there. I totally understand. And I mean, of course, I play Punisher, I play Captain America, I play Scarlet Witch, and the nerf is very close to my heart. But sometimes, two things why the nerf is important, at least to me. I don't need to have some bad heroes to make my good heroes look good. I mean, sometimes some heroes become an outliner, and it's very hard for me to close the gap, and suddenly some of the heroes become so terrible, and it make the good ones or the best one, outliners, become so good. But I wouldn't want to do it in expense of all these heroes that are lagging behind. The second thing is that sometimes heroes that has all these outliner or bugs or whatnot, we don't really gear them too well, in the sense that we don't gear them too hard, because without doing much they are already so good. But the good is just because it's bug. So fix those bugs so that we still need to work a little bit hard to gear those heroes well, and it's actually for the good of this game, I believe. But it may take some months to get there. Now, I know quite a few friends of mine are very skeptical when I announce the news to them, saying that, look, all our heroes will become awesome. And they are skeptical, and I understand the reason behind it. But I've seen how Gazillion work in the past years, when they promised that every day will be a good day when you play the game. Back then, unit drops like very infrequent. Maybe, for me who has a full-time job, probably only play like 1 or 2 hours a day, a unit may drop like once or twice a week. Now it's a lot more, but it took them months to get there, because they can't just do something everything else just fall into bits and pieces because they still have a game to maintain. So just be patient. It will get there. I believe that they will get there. But who knows? A couple of months later, I'll publish another review. We will see. All right. So where's the outlook right now? It is hard not to look into the outlook of this game because all this outlook will affect all the heroes that you play. Because the landscape is important. 4 months ago, the trend was a little bit different, actually very different from currently. So what is the outlook today? I believe that today pure damage type is king. Because of the new grade 80 legendary items, those who are pure damage type like physical, mental, or energy or summoner, they are very well covered by the grade 80 legendary. If you can't, the second tier legendary, which is a little bit inferior, are mostly for the pure range or pure melee. And then the hybrid really falling behind a lot. So hybrids are the biggest loser in this grade 80 legendary new items, and it will remain so for a while because I haven't heard any news from or any plan from Gazillion that they will look into how to make a hybrid good. And I'm looking at because I do in some other video, you may have seen how I derive the damage model and so on. So most of the hero I have gone through some kind of a number crunching. The power cosmic with 2 damage type is about 7% gap between that and the pure type that grade 80 legendary. So the gap is there. When you are side by side with other heroes, you will feel inferior because they are using one of the best legendary out there. Nothing you can do, just it is what it is. So you either be forced to change your gameplay, switch totally to range, switch totally to melee, like Psylocke switch to mental, or some of them are spare like Iron Man. It doesn't matter because spirit means damage. Suit power means damage rating. So in the end, you can pick the crystal. So that only a few are being spared, but majority hybrids are the biggest loser. Range still having a better life than melee for now. The Cosmic Patrol still is a lot more challenging if you are playing a melee hero. Effectiveness of the first wave of the tuning remain to be seen because I've read the patch notes, a lot of like 10% damage negation here and there. But I'll have to experience it, how it works. But as of now, range is still having a better life. And if you are farming for core, farming for stuff like that in Cosmic Patrol, I prefer to bring a range in. So yeah, as of now. All right. Summoner can be great. So 4 months ago, I thought I'd write off Summoner. But right now, Summoner can be great. We've seen how Iceman work. It is a very excellent example that if Gazillion wants it, they can make a Summoner awesome. But the bad news still is that the rest of the Summoner still not at the level of Iceman. So how they are going to close the gap, how it's going to tune it, so I do not know. But I hope they will do something about the rest of Summoner because Summoner is a very unique kind of gameplay that is being brought to this game. All right. Okay. For the next couple of months, it is going to be very interesting. Tuning is coming on board. Harder content may come out. There are danger rooms out there, and a lot of questions in my mind, like will Rocket Raccoon be as good as Iceman? If I see that they happen, I know that Brazilians tuning will work. Otherwise, I was still, kind of skeptical over it, like all my friends. Although I still believe that they can do it. Can my melee Black Panther or even melee Psylocke survive well in Cosmic Patrol in those kind of environments? So that remains to be seen. So I have a lot of questions, a lot of hopes as well, hoping that things will turn out better. Team Up 2.0 is also coming on board. So how it's going to affect the way that we play, or the Team Up just still like a passive and extra, the 5th slot artifact, we do not know. Only when they come out, when the new patch come out and so on in this couple of months, then we can begin to see and experience what is to come. But it's a very exciting time. And for those who are new to this game, joining right now, it is a great time because anniversary month is going to be a whole month of celebration, whole month of goodies and stuff like that, all right? Okay, now let's kickstart on this review. I'm not going to do what I've done in the last review because in the last reviews I force ranked many heroes. into A, B, C, or D, or E. Back then it was relevant because back then was a genuine need to separate the good one from the not so good one, so that new player may have a better experience in playing this game. Because I've got a lot of friends who started with one of those like really terrible heroes and they quit the game because they don't like it. They feel that this game sucks, which is not the case, unfortunately, because of the whole power creep, because of the hero gaps that we have. Now, I take in good faith that Gazillion is going to look into this and is going to close all the gaps of this hero, so I'm not going to force rank any of those heroes. I'll center everything on gameplay style. So, for instance, I'll center into melee or range or summoner. Now, when I mention melee, is melee as in the style itself, because in this game, it's very hard to find a pure melee or pure range. As I say, a lot of melee still do a little bit of range here and there. A lot of range sometimes do a little bit of melee, and vice versa. And but when it comes to melee, it means that you are required to be upfront and personal, face all the punishment upfront. While the range are the one that tend to kite a little bit and stay outside all the action to deal damage from the outside. So that is what this review is going to be centered upon, because I know that some of you prefer to play as a melee or as a range or as a what. All right. Also, I'll share with you my objective. It will be objective attributes. Those attributes that are like the play style itself, how easy to play. The visual effect, animation, ease of gear, and the grade 80 support. Legendary support. So all these are pretty objective, no subjectivity there. It is what it is. If I manage to fit everything into one hot bar and play and have fun with it, that's ease of play. As for visual effect, I think you probably would agree with me. Some of these heroes have very fantastic, magic running around, and I do a visual effect / animation. Now, why is it important to mention about animation? Some heroes do not have great visual effect like She-Hulk, but the animation is fantastic. You can connect to the hero. You can see what the hero is doing on every single move, and you connect to the hero because you feel that you are in with the hero. And that's why, to me, it is important to have all this exciting thing going around versus a hero whereby I can't even see what's happening and it's just somehow magic button and number keep coming down and so on. Those are not exciting gameplay to me. All right. Then I'll also talk about the whether a hero has a good grade 80 legendary support. Now, I let you make that decision at the end of the day, because some prefer a very relaxing kind of gameplay style. Some actually like the complexity because they don't do boredom. All right. So if you find that too relaxing is too boring to you, you may pick some of these that are pretty complex to play. And at the end of the day, not every one of us is going to go for the grade 80 legendary. So I wouldn't want to put that as a score. Because if it's not relevant to you or to me, at least not to me, then it doesn't really matter whether it has support good grades 80 legendary support. All right. Having said that, I also put in my seal of preference, my seal of recommendation, meaning that there are some heroes out there that I'll put a stamp there and say I do recommend this one for a new player to really look into, and so on. And I'm only looking into level 60 heroes. I'm not looking into leveling experience, because every hero's leveling experience is going to be very different. Some could be very poor initially, but some become very good at end game. So I'm just looking at level 60 heroes here, and I'm not looking at synergy as well, because I've got another video on the synergy and the hero that I recommend you to pick. But those heroes that you are going to pick may not be fun. All right. So this is about the review of the hero, regardless of what synergy it gives. All right. So I talk a little bit about the seal of recommendation. So basically, for those heroes that I feel that they are all-rounded at present and also offer something special to this game, I put my star to there. And and also my own personal preference usually is that a hero that has a little spirit issue, as well as I don't really like hotbar dancing a lot, meaning that you have to toggle to different power, different bar just to execute something. Sometimes in a life and death scenario, you can't really have time to go do all this toggling, and whatever power that you put in the second hotbar, you cannot monitor the cooldown as well. So I mean, I prefer something that is more straightforward to play in terms of the hotbar itself. Also lead to spirit issues, so I don't need to keep eating medkit. All right. So the next part of the video is on the 47 hero review. First on my list is Black Panther. Black Panther is a melee hero, hybrid type, as well as being able to stealth, has 2 bodyguard. So his or her gameplay is pretty relaxing. The only hope that I have for Black Panther is that the survivability can become better for Cosmic Patrol, and that'll be perfect. There's a range option, but I don't think it's that viable. Black Widow has my seal of recommendation. Black Widow can play as ranged or melee. The animation or the visual effects is fantastic with all the drones and grenade and so on. It's not that hard to manage cooldown, and there's 0 spirit issue, at least for the range build I'm trying. And so yeah, I mean, you should try Black Widow out, definitely. Cable require a 52 review. I hope it's happening soon. I have quite a lot of fun leveling him and also playing endgame with him. Range hero, but it's hybrid on both energy and mental. Alright, so that's all I can say about Cable right now. Captain America has earned me the seal of recommendation. He's really all-rounded, strong, good health, and being able to punch, and his shield is such a wonder to look into how it does his thing, and the gameplay is very relaxing as a Captain America. And little spirit issue, so that's great. Colossus is one of the very classic brawler, able to summon magic and Wolverine, as well as the delivered by Nightcrawler, so it's quite interesting in that aspect. But the pet need to resummon quite often, and also playing Colossus feel a little bit slow, but he's pretty durable. All right. Cyclops has his signature iconic basic power, Ricochet Blast. A lot of people love him on that one, but you can't really use that for endgame, unfortunately. You can call his strike team members, and that make him a hybrid if you so choose to be. But mainly he's an energy range hero. Heard that he's pretty fragile even before all this tuning, and I'm not quite sure how it's going to help him on that one. Daredevil is a very interesting hero. Is the way that he plays very silent and sort of like just jumping around, and that there aren't many things to see to relate to. And it's a combo hero, so there's an opener, there's a finisher kind of thing. He's alright. I mean, but my main complaint on him is just a spirit management. It seems pretty high. Maybe I just need to work harder on Daredevil. Deadpool will require his 52 review, and his voice acting is just hilarious. So fun to hear him talk about all this funny stuff. He's mainly a melee hero, but you could also spec something on his range to get out the problem area to fire from range, and that could work as well. It's pretty fun to play him. Doctor Strange is complex to play. You would require a fair bit of hotbar dancing, meaning that you have to go to hotbar 1 or hotbar 2 or function key just to complete his all the power. His power is everything is on cooldown, and it's going by incantation, so you have to sort of like do 5 incantation and then reset some of the cooldown, and free of spirit and so on and so forth. So he's very unique to play, but you need to have patience playing him. It does take me a while to get the kind of like almost single hotbar kind of like Doctor Strange. Emma Frost, one of my favorite X-Men in comic book, and she will have her tuning soon, so I can't wait for it to happen. So I need to test a little bit more about her spirit management. She can do a pure mental range, or she can do a hybrid diamond form, which is the physical and melee, physical and mental. So either one, I've tried either one, so it is kind of fun, and the gameplay is pretty relaxing. I can't wait to see her tuning to be completed. All right, Gambit is for those who are a big fan of Gambit in the comic book, you probably can relate a lot on this game because of all these cards and whatnot that go around. The visual effect is fantastic, all the purples going around everywhere. You can build Gambit as a melee, which is what I've done, or pure ranged energy range, so that if you need a great AT hero, legendary, sometimes you have no choice but to go for range, forgo what you love, which is melee. All right, so there is something to just to be mindful when you play about Gambit, but I really recommend playing him. It's really fun. At least I enjoy a lot. Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider is one of the very, very mind-blowing heroes that we have. It's a hybrid Quan-Si melee. So the melee is not really at the melee range, but it's a little bit further than the melee. A bit further than what the melee range usually be. Very relaxing to play. But it's very exciting because the lower his health, the higher damage. So you've got a lot of like a knee-jerking kind of like a reaction when you play this game. When the health go low, you get panic. But for Ghost Rider, we would require you to when his health go down, just relax and think that okay, everything is going to be fine. Hawkeye, nothing really much to talk about Hawkeye except to say that he or she is a classic ranger, very relaxing to play, but I found that it's quite hard to keep his or her spirit going, and I probably need more testing because there's an Ultron patch and something is being changed and I need to look into what that something is. Alright, Hulk is strong, Hulk is smash, and it's a melee Hulk, of course. Pretty easy to play, except there's some power that does go into other hotbar. Animation is good. You can relate to what the character is doing. There's zero resource issue. In fact, it's just that you just have to manage the anger or the lack of, because you just want him to be angry and very angry. There is a Quan-Si range option to deal with harder content, so I mean it is a seal of recommendation from me. Human Torch, you will see fire everywhere. He's one of the I had a blast playing him. It runs so fast and you can drop all this like AoE, just fire everywhere. But I need a little bit more testing on how he really flare, and I really hope that this tuning is going to do him some good so that I can really pay attention to playing Human Torch. Iceman is one of my favorite heroes, definitely has a seal of recommendation from me. Playing Iceman, you are able to summon the ice golems, or if you want to do a chill and shatter, also can. He's a summoner, or you can build him as a range as well, but I think his summoner is really, really strong, very easy to play, very relaxing. Absolutely fantastic animation. Little or no spirit issue because of ice block, and the basically all-rounder hero. I mean, everything you want a hero to be is him. So Iceman. Invisible Woman is also one of my recommended hero for you. She's able to turn invisible, and it's a stealth range, something very different from the rest of the hero that you probably have played. She's able to stay invisible like 87% of the time, which is fantastic. And it's kind of like spirit is not an issue for Invisible Woman. It's a very good team player as well. Managed to get all the rest of the team player to be invisible for a while. So yeah, I mean, it's good. I like Invisible Woman. Iron Man, one of my absolute favorite, not only because of this Age of Ultron costume, but Iron Man has many viable builds. I don't think I've seen a hero with that many viable builds, and each of the viable builds is actually really viable. You can do a melee, you can do a physical range, or you can do an energy range. So absolutely up to you. It's very relaxing to play, and it's a hybrid. But the good news is that suit power is damaged, so you can take the crystal. You're safe from this hybrid is the biggest loser kind of landscape we have. So Iron Man, recommended. Jean Grey, I also would like to recommend Jean Grey. You can toggle between Phoenix and human form very seamlessly. You can't really see the kind of gameplay. I mean, you can play Vision, but Vision has a lag between all the power switching. Jean Grey is just so seamless between the Phoenix and the human form. There's absolutely no spirit issue, so that's good news. The not so good news is that she's very complex to play. So I don't know, if you like complexity, maybe good for you. You have to be very good at just timing things in your head or just observing some timer, because a lot of timer you need to switch and whatnot. So yeah, I mean that is the only thing I'd like to talk about Jean Grey. But check her out. I mean, she in Phoenix form is fire everywhere. It's wonderful. I love Jean Grey. Juggernaut is one of the very fun hero to play because of the movement build. I think it's also one of those you can just bounce around, run around, and you just keep dealing damage, and it's really a joy to look at Juggernaut just charging here and there, dealing damage, and there's absolutely no resource issue. So long as you're moving, you're generating resource. You can do a melee build or movement build, so that's great. So do check him out if you have the enough resource. Loki. Loki has two kind of like a build to it. Either you can build Loki as damage over time layering for extra damage, or you can play him as or her as a summoner. I play Loki as a summoner. I really enjoy it. Now I recommend Loki not because of how strong, because he's not that strong or she is not that strong right now as a summoner even, but is the packs tends really well in the Cosmic Patrol environment, and you can just very relaxed just send the packs in and just tank the whole thing. And it's not many heroes that can do the kind of like just stand there and do the thing. I really enjoy playing Loki a lot. I think that brought something to the table, not necessarily because Loki is strong in the damage right now, but like I said, I mean, the tuning is coming up, so who knows, there may be some good tune up for Loki. All right. Next on the list is Luke Cage. Luke Cage is able to summon Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, Misty Knight, or Colleen Wing. My favorite is Colleen Wing. It's a classic brawler, and he is also a combo hero. So there's opener, there's finisher, and the good thing is that I think that his basic is actually a must to generate the combo pawn, and that's the only spender the only single target spender out there, I think. But I need to play a little bit more about Luke Cage, and I'm hoping to after the tune-up is done. But I think he need more than just tune-up, because he's not that interesting to play right now. I can't really, his gameplay is just too simple for me. But he's relaxing to play. That's Luke Cage. Magneto is one of my recommendations as well. He's really strong in terms of range, and it's really relaxing to just like, dealing damage, collecting debris, dealing even more damage, and so on. So it's two resources, spirit and debris as well, works wonderful. And the pure energy, easy spirit management, and is powerful, a little bit slower pace though. He's not one of those heroes that you keep mashing buttons and so on. So his stuff is like just a little bit slow. Even his signature is just like go round and kind of thing. So but yeah, do check him out, Magneto. Moon Knight like it rough. The lesser the health spirit, the better he becomes, which is true. He's a melee hero. Just that the problem I have with Moon Knight is that there isn't a lot of animation or the visual effect, so I can't really connect to the hero itself, and I probably need to test a little bit more, but I need a lot more motivation for me to play Moon Knight. That's all it is. But I heard that he's pretty strong as a single target as well. Mr. Fantastic is hilarious. All the move that he does, it's just so funny. Even he can turn into a wheel and just spin around. He's a melee. It's relatively complex to play. There's some cooldown reset as well as things that go on. So, but I love his animation, and do check him out. He's pretty fun to play, and look at that, man. That is what he does when he's idle. Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel is one of the very relaxing heroes to play. There aren't many buttons to mash at all. Mainly it's a melee, but there's also a fair bit of range damage. So the legendary, 80 legendary is not really for her, any of those. And the hybrid hero, I don't have too much spirit issue with Miss Marvel, so I'm really looking forward to the tuning on the Miss Marvel coming this patch. Nightcrawler is one of the hero that a lot of people seem to like. Nightcrawler, I can understand why. He's kind of like he's a fantastic teleporter. He's actually a stealth melee, so it's a different from the stealth range like Invisible Woman or later on Winter Soldier. Is right now I have a lot of issue with his spirit management, so I'm hoping that his tuning will be good for him. All right. Then you have Nova. Nova is very fast moving. Playing Nova is just like just like I think in the comic book as well, he's flying around, right? So he's very fast moving. He has a lot of those called pulsar. It detonates a pulsar, do damage. He can do melee or range, and is one of those heroes that are really relaxing to play as well. But the only complaint I have with Nova is that his melee spender is kind of like jumping around, and it's kind of unpredictable. So if I want to avoid some boss charging, that could be deadly. So it becomes a little bit hard. Yeah, so that's all it is about Nova. Psylocke has always been my favorite hero, and she can stealth, she can summon, those little things, and I love playing her as a melee. It's very relaxing. It's a little bit complex because you need to time all this damage over time or debuff and so on. But it is kind of rewarding looking at Psylocke. I'm a big Psylocke fan, and also although she's a hybrid, but she's able to switch all the hybrid damage into mental. So in the world of legendary, grade 80 legendary, that is good news. All right. Punisher is very innovative. The entire reload gameplay, just like the first person shoot kind of style, a range hero, and a zero resource management issue. The only thing that you have to do is to make sure you're geared to the sweet spot to utilize the ammo and to reload them as soon as possible. So yeah, I mean, he's a blast to play. I think it's one of the very unique heroes to play. Although playing him probably you'll require to use quite a lot of medkit because of the Magneto medallion that he'll be using. Rocket Raccoon, also another seal of recommendation. Not that because Rocket Raccoon is still a lot of damage. Also not that because my wife loves Rocket Raccoon a lot. It's because he brings something very special to the whole entire game. He can have all these summon. He can spread those summons around. He can position the summon, and he can go stealth as well. I mean, what? I mean, so he's really relaxing to play. You can sometimes in any scenario like horror scene, you can just look at the mobs running around the little turret and whatnot. And there's a Groot there to punch as well. So the hero itself bringing something very unique to the game, and that's why I recommend it. Not because of damage output, but I'm hoping that the gap will be closed again due to all this upcoming tuning. That Gunner is also an option. I haven't tried myself, but with all this tuning, who knows, I may give it a try. All right. Next on my list is Rogue. Rogue is a high recommendation because she can steal powers from heroes and foes. And because this game releases new heroes, new team up, new villains every so often, the possibility of her power is limitless. So do check her out and do have fun creating your very own hero. Scarlet Witch just came out from her 52 review. The feedback has been very positive. I've been monitoring that from my friends, from the forum as well. I can't wait to really test her out, but from the first look, she's really fantastic. And the visual effect is wonderful as well. Do check her out, Scarlet Witch. She-Hulk is one of the most exciting combo point heroes I have played, and also I really enjoy the kind of like animation she has. I really can connect to her every move. Very easy to for spirit management, little issue there, and it's a strong recommendation as well. She-Hulk. Silver Surfer is one of the heroes that released I think last year's anniversary. I probably need a little bit more testing on him, but I really enjoy the visual effects on him as ranged. So when I play him, usually I play him as a range, but he does have his melee and movement build as well. You probably have to mix the two in order to make it great. So yeah, that is Silver Surfer. Spider-Man also require the tuning soon because I think it's a little bit falling behind, but again I take in good faith that Gazillion is going to close the gap, and it's very agile when playing Spider-Man. You can jump in and do the melee, you can jump far and then do a range and so on. So it is very interesting to play, but I just hope that the tuning will do him or her good, as well as some of the animation probably needs some tweaking to it. Screw Girl is one of those hero whereby you can spec as a range or summon or melee. Although the build I have is mainly on the ranged, I haven't really tested whether summon work that well or not. But it's one of those heroes that again could use some tuning. So I can't wait to see what happens after she's been tuned up properly. Star-Lord is a bit like it's a range hero. You can reset cooldown. The Starship power tree. It's one of those that you can keep, can sort of like reset cooldown and do extra burst damage. And there's a lot of guns elemental or not. So I've played him. I think he probably needs some tuning on the time to leave part of it because I think he's a little bit fragile. Hope that something will be done to him. It's a little bit complex to play as well. So yeah, I mean, I don't know whether he's your cup of tea or not, but I do wish to see a little bit more improvement on Star-Lord. Storm as well, I need some more testing. I don't think she has changed a lot since the last time I played her, but I remember I really like her visual effect and range. And I mean, it's one of those heroes that are pretty relaxing to play. But I remember I had some kind of like a spirit management issue on her, so just need more testing on my part. Taskmaster, one of the heroes that's able to copy powers from Spider-Man, Captain America, Hawkeye, and Daredevil. The design is actually very interesting. That require to mix up the hero powers, across. It's kind of relaxing to play. There's not many buttons to mash. That's the good part. The hard part is that the not so good part is that I have tremendous spirit management issue with Taskmaster. Also, I require a lot of mech kit just to survive as a Taskmaster range. So I don't know. So I'm really hoping that they do some drastic improvement on Taskmaster. Thing is very soon going to be awesome due to his 52 review. I have tried him out on Test Center. I'm liking what I've seen. But of course, I need to, really look into it closer. But I would just like to give him the seal of recommendation then because I'm really liking what I've seen. He's a melee hero being able to call help from his team, and the physical hero as well. I can't wait. He's such an adorable guy. Thor has a secondary resource called Odin Force, and the way you play him is a little bit mix of melee and range, but mainly he's a melee kind of hero. But I need to do some testing, need to do more testing on him. But the feedback so far has been positive as well. Venom is awesome. He has this like Iker and health kind of like resource, and the kind of like interchange between the two, and he's pretty powerful. Although his kind of like a gameplay is a little bit moderate to complex to play him, but I think he's doing pretty good. I really recommend him as one of the heroes to collect or to unlock. All right, Vision is very fast paced as a melee and able to control robots. Extremely complex to play. Extremely, you have to really time all your rotation correctly within the 10-second window. It's a hybrid class, little or no spirit issue. It's just a well all-rounder hero. I would like to recommend to you if and only if you enjoy the kind of extremely complex gameplay that would challenge you. All right. Winter Soldier is one of the few stealth range heroes that are doing really well. When you play him as stealth, you hardly take any damage, just breeze through the whole entire cosmic terminal, because there are some power that he's able to use without breaking stealth. And there's little spirit issue on the Winter Soldier. I understand that he has a melee build. I need to test a little bit more on his melee, but I really enjoy his stealth range, because not many heroes within this game does stealth range as good as he and Invisible Woman. Wolverine is one of the hero that that has little spirit issue or his fury issue. His basic is pretty good as well. But I think he was a really good single target killer a couple of months ago. He was the benchmark, but with all the power creep and so on, I think he has fallen behind a little bit. So keen to see a tuning result. Who knows? I may like Wolverine more. Just that I wish that his animation or visual effect has a little bit more to it. I really can't really see what he's doing in most of the time. X-23, I would like to recommend X-23 as a hero to unlock. It's a melee hero, but also can be built as the movement build as well. His basic is a must, so it is easy when it comes to the resource management. The reason why I recommend her is not only not because she's strong or you know able to survive well. I mean, those you still need some tuning on that. But I would like to recommend her because she can play as both bleed and movement build, and both also somewhat different from each other. So although you unlock one hero, gear one hero, and to pay for one hero, and to level one hero, you can actually play two different builds on the same hero. So I think, yeah, why not? I had a lot of fun playing as bleed and as a movement as and when I feel like to. All right. So, thank you for watching this video. I know this video has been very long, but I'm hoping that you know, it will help some of you in unlocking your hero. Maybe just a good story to listen to as well. All the landscape coming along in this game. All feedback is welcome, and feel free to leave comments here in YouTube as well as ping me in game as well. My apologies sometimes if I miss your message, because when I do recording I tend to just close my chat and I may just miss it on that. My ID is late, so Dr. Doom is next hero, so I'm very excited to check him out. And from what I've seen in the test center, he's a blast, man. He's a blast. Alright, till the next time, see you. Bye.